So this is the first time I'm going to work him on ewes with lambs. These guys haven't been worked in a while. Ewes are probably pretty hot to be on grass, so they may be a little difficult to move. And then the lambs are going to pose their own challenge. So a lot of this, he's a good boy, right now is just kind of exposing him to something that I think is going to test his training. Knock it off, lie down. So I think he's going to get in there and start off pretty excited. Pretty excited, and he's showing us that already because he's thinking everything that I say is meant for him. So I think he's going to start out pretty excited. So my stops are going to fall apart. My flanks are probably going to fall apart. He's going to get drawn into the movement, especially of the lambs. So they're going to move away from him, and he's going to go to try to move towards them to cover them. Cover them meaning stop them from running off, bring them back to the flock. But he's a puppy. So his coverage is going to be pretty tight, probably. Watching for is what people call signs of adrenaline. So when he starts to tune me out, he doesn't have the big picture in his thoughts. I'm going to try to slow him down, stop him. Basically, stop him, let him come back down to a mental state where he's functional, and then send him back to work. That's going to look different for each dog. Like right now, even though he was kind of leaning up, he went back down on his own, so that tells me he's thinking. So you're just looking for signs that your dog is thinking. For some, that's going to be where they're carrying their tail, where they're carrying their head, high, down, low, like a torpedo, what they're doing with their ears, their face, just different things that tell you, are they in the game, are they thinking, and are they going to be able to respond to what you ask? So number one, it's not a bad thing that I came out here and stood around and talked to the camera, because that's showing me the state of mind that he's in. And the longer we're out here and the more that I reinforce, no, you have to do what I ask, even if things get distracting, even if I move, even if I'm not talking to you, even if I start going towards the sheep, you have to do what I asked. And it's not like a militant thing, right? It's just when his brain is engaged in what we're about to do, he's going to be more willing to listen. So I know he's ready to start when he starts to listen and pay attention. He's starting to look more relaxed. He's finally seeing the sheep because he's not so worried about what I might be doing or what I might be about to ask him to do. So I'm going to let him look at the sheep for a minute. And what I'll probably do is ask him to get in a little bit closer because he's a young dog. Young dogs just aren't ready to be sent as far. The closer you are to the dog, the closer you are to your stock. I would say the closer you are to your stock, the more influence you have over what your dog does. So don't be afraid to get in with the dog and participate. His face, a lot of the time, he remembers me, and then he says, oh, but these. And then he remembers me, and then he looks at the sheep and he's like, oh, but these. And all that is just him being young and super easily distractible by what's going on. So like you said, when things get out of hand is when you're going to be more likely to lose the dog mentally, right? And that's what's happening. So he needs to be exposed to this, where he gets in the groove of working, and then something goes a little awry, and I ask him to do something different. And then he says, oh, but. And it's like, no, buddy, I asked you to do something. You got to keep me in mind. But we want to keep it lighthearted. We want to keep it easy, successful. So we're always trying to like mentally bring him up and then back him off just a little bit so that he's functional, right? We need him to be functional and willing to do what we ask. Also the pressure and release. So you notice like I go to him, take the sheep away, go to him to remedy that down. And then I'm not going to let him up, not going to let him continue until I reinforce it. He does not love the down. He's an upright breed, so I don't, now get off. I don't expect him to love the down, but he's got to do what I ask. And if I'm having trouble getting into his thoughts, letting him stand is probably not going to be successful, right? He's probably going to stop his feet for 0.5 seconds and start his feet again. So the down is really just a way to help kind of settle him, bring him back down to earth. Geordie, good. And then I'm going to back away and let him think about bringing those to me. See how he chooses to do that. Good boy. Good boy. I use my little rattles here when I think he's starting to zone in too much on one animal, which is what usually happens with lambs or calves or whatever, anything small that they're curious over or that moves erratically. So even if you work sheep that aren't quite broke, goats, good boy. Hey now. So I'm just using my rattle to kind of mentally bring him back down. When I see a change in him, I stop making the noise and I relieve pressure on him, meaning I back away from him in the stock and let him continue to work. Hey now, lie down, lie down. Lie down. How quick he gets up when you relieve pressure kind of tells you where he's mentally at. Lie down. Now, if he chooses to move away from the stock because I'm coming and putting pressure on him, that's his doing. Down. So right here, I'm giving him the opportunity to take the down and be closer to the sheep. But when he chooses not to take the down, I have to step between him and the sheep and apply pressure. Essentially taking sheep away from him. So like right here, down. And he wants to stand, right? Good boy, Geordie. Get around. Good boy. There. Hey now. Hey now. Hey now. Good boy. Good boy. Hey now. Hey now. There. So back up, relieve pressure, and give the sheep somewhere to go. And then I am going to kind of let him try to handle that. Good boy. Hey. 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 But if he doesn't hear my hays, my scolding, then I'm not going to let him continue to work. Down. Down. Shh. Get around. He's falling into just kind of pushing and chasing. So right there, I'm just trying to get him to see the big picture. There. Reminding him, big picture. Good. Changing the picture by moving. Giving him something to focus on. Big picture, because he can't come all the way to the front. He's got to watch all the sides and the back. Good boy. Really kind of satisfied the need of a young dog. Hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now. He hasn't yielded yet. Yielded. Release the pressure. Lie down. And he took that lie down pretty nice. So shh, get around. So there's a little give and take for you. There. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Good, and you see how nice he responded to that hey. Ah, 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 ah. Shh, away. Ah, 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 ah. Away. Good boy. There. Hey. Stop. Stop. Good. Wait. Shh. There. Hey now. Hey now. Good. Shh, shh, shh. Ayo. Ayo. Good boy.